Atlit, now a small Jewish town with less than 10,000 inhabitants. The origin of the name is not known for sure. About 400 meters into the sea, archaeological finds from the end of the Stone Age were discovered, indicating the existence of a settlement. At that time the sea level was low and this area was dry. Apparently global warming thousands of years ago raised the sea level and the settlement remained submerged under the sea. The structure of the area today is a peninsula and a bay. In this area, and adjacent to it below sea level, was about 3,000 years ago a Phoenician port city. The Phoenicians built houses, towers, and piers, attesting to much activity for nearly 1,000 years. After the Crusaders conquered the land about 1,000 years ago, they built fortresses to protect the roads. One of the first forts built was on the Kirkar Ridge that is now the Khirbet Karta Reserve. Over the years, the place has had several names, the most recent of which is La Destroyed, which means the narrow passage. Because the road passed through it between the sea and the swamps that covered the area. About a century later, the Crusaders built a large fortress on the peninsula, and a Crusader settlement developed in the area. Indeed, over the years, the fortress has managed to defend against the Muslim siege. When the Mamluks came, at first the fortress remained, and was the last place for the Crusaders to rule the land. And later everything was conquered. The Mamluks rebuilt the fort and established a Muslim city. During the Turks the area was deserted. For about 100 years, the Turks dismantled, moved and sold the fortress stones for the construction of Haifa, Acre, Beirut and Jaffa. In 1899 Baron Rothschild bought the lands and established Moshava. At first the conditions were difficult due to the swamps and malaria disease. Aaron Aronson, who was an agronomist and found the mother of wheat, set up an agricultural experimental farm. In order to develop and import plants of different types and varieties that can be grown in the country. And also began to dry out the swamps. In 1922, a salt factory was established, which still operates today. At the end of World War II, the British built a detention camp for Jewish immigrants who fled to Israel after the Holocaust. And then the place was used as an aid to legal immigration. Today, the place is used for the legacy of illegal immigration and immigration. The fortress area is closed to visitors, with the naval base of the Naval Commando, Squadron 13.